Sami Zayn wins the United States Championship. What's up, Junior? Video to the weekly set review of Friday Night Smackdown. They kicked off the show with the Viper, Randy Orton, coming out talking about how he cannot take accountability for what he does now because the voices in his heads are out of control. He's listening to the voices; they're controlling him. He's out of control. He's unhinged. That's what happened last week with Matt Cardona, and then the week before with Cody Rhodes. And then Matt Cardona comes out with the cast arm because Randy Orton broke his arm last week with the steel chair. And Orton's pissed that Matt Cardona comes out. Matt Cardona goes straight to Randy Orton, hits him in the face with the microphone, and Randy Orton stumbles out of the ring, pissed off. Matt Cardona's ready to go. Backstage, Randy Orton's yelling at Nick Aldis. Matt Cardona's out of control. You got to do something about it. So Nick Aldis is like, all right, main event, you and Matt Cardona one-on-one. So it's Matt Cardona and Randy Orton in the main event of Friday Night SmackDown. Then the Bella Twins had a tag match against Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, with the women's tag team champions on ringside, Lash Legend and Nia Jax, which they did try getting involved in this match, kind of distracting Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, which led to the Bella Twins picking up the victory. Minor concern for this match, Brie Bella ended the match for the Bella Twins, and it looked like Nikki Bella hurt her ankle when they were celebrating. She was limping, like heavily limping, not putting like any weight on her foot. So hopefully Nikki Bella isn't injured, and hopefully she doesn't miss WrestleMania. Because I'm assuming this WrestleMania match they're going to be involved with for the tag titles. And now it looks like Nikki Bella potentially could be injured and broke her ankle or sprained her ankle or something. So hopefully it's just like a minor sprain and she'll get over it in like a week or two. But the Bella Twins stand tall, and then Lash Legend and Nia Jax get involved, attacking them. And then here comes the number one contenders right now for the tag titles. They'll be facing the tag champions on Raw. Lila Valkyrie and Bayley, they come out fighting them off. And the only people in the ring for the Bella Twins team was Brie Bella the whole time. Nikki Bella was getting checked out by a doctor, so hopefully it's nothing major. But yeah, look, Nikki Bella was not in the ring at all for this beatdown. Backstage, R-Truth was celebrating with his new tag team champion partner, Damian Priest, saying how the Judgment Day are back on top. They had the tag gold back, and Damian Priest is like, what are you talking about? And R-Truth is like, yeah, we're the Judgment Day. We're back on top. We got the tag gold. And then Jelly Roll shows up and he goes, look, Dom's back here. He goes, Dom, you're looking a little different. And he says, looks like you like slimmed down or something. He goes, Jelly Roll's like, yeah, I lost some weight, but I'm not Dirty Dom. And then Rhea Ripley showed up and he goes, yeah, see, Mommy and Dom are back together. He's like, you gotta watch out. Don't tell Liv Morgan. And then Jelly Roll left and R-Truth chased him down, calling him Dom. But Damian Priest was so confused. But R-Truth back at it, being an idiot. But I thought it was pretty funny. They had like a little reunion for the Judgment Day of R-Truth, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, and then Jelly Roll is Dirty Dom. But then Rhea Ripley came out and she was going to start talking about Jade Cargo and how she's going to beat her at WrestleMania. And Jade Cargo, B-Fab, and Michin came out. And Jade Cargo's like, oh, you can't touch me, blah, 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 until our match or something like that. He goes, well, I can't touch you, but I can beat up your partner. So she had Rhea Ripley had a match with B-Fab, which I believe went to a disqualification, or Rhea Ripley quickly got the win. I wasn't paying attention, but all I know is I think it was a disqualification because Jade Cargo got in the ring, and the three of them jumped Rhea Ripley, and Jade Cargo stands tall over Rhea Ripley while Michin and B-Fab stand with her. I don't understand why B-Fab and Michin are with Jade Cargo. I feel like it's a really random pair, but whatever. Jade Cargo stands tall over Rhea Ripley. Then Jelly Roll had his first ever one-on-one match at WWE because he had the tag team match at SummerSlam. This is his first ever one-on-one match against Kit Wilson. And Jelly Roll didn't put on a bad match again. Once again, putting on a good match. That tag team match at SummerSlam was a banger. And this match wasn't too bad at all with Kit Wilson. Jelly Roll had a decent amount of offense, and then Kit Wilson got some offense in. But then Jelly Roll ended up picking up the victory, hitting a massive choke slam onto Kit Wilson for the victory. 1, 2, 3. Jelly Roll picks up the victory. I don't know where this goes for Jelly Roll for WrestleMania. Is he going to be involved? What are they going to do with him? I don't know. But I have enjoyed him being on TV. Jelly Roll puts in the hard work and stuff for the wrestling business because he actually cares about it. So you got to give him the respect and everything, especially with all the weight he's lost and everything and the grind and journey he's been on. But Jelly Roll defeats Kit Wilson, so he doesn't have to deal with Kit Wilson, I guess, anymore. Nick Aldis tells Trick Williams backstage that he has a match at WrestleMania but he doesn't tell him what the match is. But Trick Williams was celebrating and tells Sami Zayn, because Sami Zayn comes walking by, and Nick all of a sudden, he probably won't have a match at WrestleMania. He goes, Sami Zayn catering's that way, and then Sami attacked Trick Williams. So Sami Zayn is pissed. Then Carmelo Hayes had a U.S. Open Challenge match, which, of course, Sami Zayn answered it and defeated Carmelo Hayes for the United States Championship. So there you go. Sami Zayn now has a match at WrestleMania. Like, seriously, I'm so freaking done with Sami Zayn. He's been the same thing for the past 5 years. It's so boring. And we do not need him as United States Champion. And then they announced, oh, it's going to be Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams at WrestleMania. Why couldn't it have been Carmelo Hayes? They have so much history from NXT. That would have been a banger for the United States Championship. Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes. But no, we're going to have Sami Zayn, who's mid as hell at wrestling when Carmelo Hayes is at, like, not even the prime of his career. He's still young. Like, bro, Sami Zayn. Like, bro, why are we having Sami Zayn win the United States Championship 3 weeks before WrestleMania so he can lose it to Trick Williams at WrestleMania? Because that's so obvious that's what's going to happen. Like, why couldn't this been Carmelo Hayes? I feel like this is a big, like, F you to Carmelo Hayes and just them freaking dick riding Sami Zayn like usual. Man, Trick Williams, you better save us at WrestleMania and absolutely destroy Sami Zayn, because we need Trick Williams to be on top and not Sammy Hogan. Then Jacob Fatu came out a little definitely banged up from last week, because after him and Drew McIntyre fell off a building pretty much, he comes out talking about how he cannot wait to get on his hands back on Drew McIntyre because he's pissed at him. Drew McIntyre tried stopping him, and everything he's done hasn't stopped him. He's been trying to take away his ability to do his job, his ability to feed his kids. And Drew McIntyre comes out and pretty much just says he doesn't care anything about Jacob Fatu, and he doesn't care about his kids, and Jacob Fatu's pissed. He's ready to go. And Nick Aldis came out, he goes, enough is enough. You guys are trying to murder each other. So at WrestleMania, it's going to be Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu, and WWE's not going to be accountable. It's going to be an unsanctioned match. Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania 42. In my opinion, this should be a Hell in a Cell match, not an unsanctioned match, because really an unsanctioned match is just a false count anywhere match or like no rules match. They just try to make it seem all fancy. It's really not that fancy. I feel like a Hell in a Cell match would be way cooler and feel way more special like a WrestleMania match. But either way, they're going to beat the holy hell out of each other at WrestleMania, which will be awesome. Then Julia went one-on-one with Tiffany Stratton. I feel like we've seen this match a million times, but Julia ends up defeating Tiffany Stratton with the help of Kiana James. I'm assuming the match at WrestleMania is going to be Julia versus Tiffany Stratton for the Women's United States Championship. That makes the most sense, and then Tiffany Stratton finally wins it, and she wins a mid-card title. I don't know. But I feel like we've seen this match where this feud between the two of them and like stuff with those two together on SmackDown a million times recently. So I was just not feeling it. But yeah, Julia defeats Tiffany Stratton, which I think that's the first time she defeated Tiffany Stratton. Then it was main event time. Randy Orton versus Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona had that arm brace, which Randy Orton targeted the whole time during the match. Absolutely dominating Matt Cardona, beating the holy hell out of him, torturing him with that arm. Literally the whole time. Matt Cardona, when he had his entrance, because he was the second one to come out, charged and beat up Randy Orton a little bit, and then Randy Orton just turned the tide, beating the holy hell out of Matt Cardona, torturing him with that arm, slamming on everything you can think of, and then finally hitting him with an RKO, and then pinning him 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton defeats Matt Cardona, and then it pans to the backstage, and Cody Rhodes' bus pulls up. Cody Rhodes is back. We haven't seen him in 2 weeks. And then he marches all the way through backstage. Music hits. He comes down to the ring. And security tries stopping him, and he tells him, I'm just going to talk to him, gets in the ring, and he starts beating the holy hell out of Randy Orton. They start fighting all over the place. And security, I mean, like, I've seen a lot of security breakup things in wrestling, which they suck. I mean, like, I feel like they're overused, but I totally think they're overused. But, oh my God, they failed to break these, break these guys up probably 20 times. I feel like they gave them too much time. They're like, they didn't know what to do, so they just kept on, like, repeating the same thing of, like, the breakup. And then they fight, and then they stop them, and they break up, and they fight. It's just, I don't know. Like, they did it so many times for Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, just beating the holy hell out of each other. Finally, Cody Rhodes got Orton on top of the announce table. He's just pounding into his head with his fists, and then they break him up again, get him in the ring, and then they start fighting again. They finally break him up. Here comes Jelly Roll, trying to be a peace treaty or something to them, and Orton didn't care. He grabs Jelly Roll, hits him with an RKO, and gets the hell out of there, giggling and laughing. He just murdered Jelly Roll with an RKO, and then Cody Rhodes instantly starts checking out Jelly Roll. I'm telling you this right now. This is the match I'm most excited for WrestleMania. This is a dream match right now. peak Randy Orton and peak Cody Rhodes. If they ruin this with Jelly Roll, like how they did with Travis Scott, with John Cena and Cody Rhodes, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. Like, I love Jelly Roll. Awesome singer. I love him doing the wrestling stuff. Keep him as far away as possible with the Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes storyline. Like, please. Like, just let these two beat the hell out of each other. And Randy Orton was on the phone again. I hope if the person, there only can be one person on that phone. It cannot be Kevin Owens. It cannot be The Rock. If they're going to do somebody working with Randy Orton, facing Cody Rhodes on the phone, the only person can be Ted DiBiase Jr. because the legacy. That's the only person. That's it. Otherwise, it's stupid. But there you go. That was the weekly set review of Friday Night SmackDown. Overall, the show wasn't great, but wasn't terrible. Ended good. Started decent. I love Matt. I've always been a huge fan of Matt Cardona, so him getting the spotlight with this Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton storyline, I like it a lot. This was absolutely terrible. Jelly Roll actually put on a decent match. And then the rest of it was all right. So I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. Wasn't the greatest SmackDown, but it wasn't the worst. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit the notification bell because we post every single day on this YouTube channel awesome wrestling figure content in this Journey Live. And I'll see you guys in the next one.